Yo, what it do? What it do? Hey, whoa, Ryals, I'm back again, just for you. Hey, hopefully everybody's doing all right. Hopefully everybody's had a good start off to their weekend. We got a couple things that we can talk about with the Cowboys and everything. What up, Philly Matt? What up, Daniel Barry? What up, Froggy? MM2 Taylor? What is good with you? Man, I've been trying to smash in on that damn Fortnite, that new season that they have. I was trying to, I've been going in there and just trying to rank it up. What up, Dave? What's good with you? World champions in the house. I hear you, brother. Hey, man, tap in with the channel. We hit the button up top. You go to the channel. There's another live stream. That'll be the main live stream where everybody will be, and you'll be able to see the content that we're reacting to. If you look, this will be the live stream up here with the chat in it. That's where everybody is. Tap in with us over there. So yeah, Dave, if you want to get in there, there's a couple of the Eagle fans that come over here and hang out, so you'll fit in just well, brother. Just go to the channel. You should be able to click my name up there. There's 2 live streams. Go to the one that has the red alarm bell in the thumbnail or in the title. What up, Taylor? What it do? What it do? Got a couple videos we can react to. There's a couple little things. Trade target, Brees Hall. Man, they were talking about that before the draft. I don't know. Okay, we got a few things that we can check out for sure. We got the a few interviews from all the players coming in house here that we can definitely get into and react to here. We'll get to see what's going on with it. All right. I think I got them all up there. They're all fairly short. We're going to start it off with Cowboys sign and release multiple players. This one's by Attack on Cowboys, one of my peers over here in this Dallas Cowboys spectrum. But yeah, let's tap in. Philly Matt with the donation. I appreciate you with the $2 dono, man. Shout out to you. I just got off Fortnite, brother. I literally just got off Fortnite. I may get back on later, but it'll definitely be later. For sure. But yeah, I just got off Fortnite, so get the message up there for the shout out on the dono. But yeah, like I said, I was just playing Fortnite. I've already got a couple crowns in this new season. Oh man. Some of it just drives me crazy. I miss some of the old weapons. I miss the Mortal Kombat gloves. I miss the baseball bat. I miss the drill bit and take off. Yeah, I miss all that. Messi in the house. Yes, sir. Hit them likes and make it bounce. What up, typical gamer? Nehemiah, what's good? What's good, man? Tap in. Y'all got to hit the button up here that takes you to my channel. Same thing with Sharon. We need a receiver bat. I agree. I think that's a trade focus right now that's going on. But you guys are in my alternate stream. I'm going to let you know right now. Real quick, this is the main stream. We'll be reacting to some content here. And you'll want to click into my channel. And you'll see that we got, refresh it here. You'll see that we got 2 live streams going. If you go to the one with the red alarm bell, you'll be in the correct live stream for the night. See, two live streams. You guys want to go to this one? You're sitting in here right now. It's definitely been talked about with him, Pickens, Williamson, or even a reunion with our Amari Cooper. I've been hearing a little bit of everything. We're going to dig into some of that here tonight, especially if we got time. But, yeah, go to this channel or go to my channel and go to this live stream right here. You guys are in this one. If you want to be part of the actual stream where we react, I'm not going to continue to do this. So just make sure to tap in over there. That way you get in there with everybody else. What up, birds? What's good, brother? What's good? Welcome, welcome. But that's the main stream we'll be focusing on. I'm going to use this one to kind of bring people in because for some reason this stream always brings in more people. So I just kind of transfer them over to the correct site until they get their notifications on. Unfortunately, that's what we got going on. That's just what we got going on. I ain't got no other ways to explain it. But yeah, we gonna get into it. We're gonna have a good night here. Who the fuck was Jin Dong? Who's Jin Dong? I don't know what Jin Dong is. What's Jin Dong? Is there a person in here with Jin? I don't even know what you're talking about, Messi. Who's Jin Dong?
Can somebody type on it?
You talking about on Fortnite or something, bro?
No one likes it.
I agree, Sharon, for sure. I definitely think that it's going to be a much better season than last year. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's definitely going to be. Well, I guess I'll keep the headphones out. I just got to switch the stream here so that you guys do not hear an echo. I got to unshare this stream and then redo it without the audio embedded. That's just what we got to do. It's just what we got to do when we bringing you the band. I'm not really a singer. Have fun. What up, Porter? What's good, brother? Why do the NFL always see teams playing on Thanksgiving? I want some different teams. Hey, that's just the way it's always been. I think it's kind of like a tradition. Like, it is what it is at this point, for sure. But yeah, that's what's up. Jin Dong thought I was some transgender. What? Where was all this at? Where were you guys at for that?
Yeah, Mom.
It was.
Let's take a picture of them.
I got you. It wasn't in here, was it? In your opinion, what the Cowboys' worst head coach in season? The worst head? Ooh, like of recent times. I mean, as much as McCarthy was supposed to be an upgrade from Garrett, which he might have been mentally wise, but coaching wise, I don't know. I think those two were kind of horrible. Yes, they got us some good seasons, but those seasons were full of fluff because at the end of the day, we were soft when we got smacked in the mouth. We did not have a 1-2 punch to come back with. Every time we got smacked in the mouth with those two coaches, our players on the sidelines looked like sore little lost puppy dogs pouting on the damn sidelines with no fight in them to want to come back from a 14-point deficit. They looked deflated. It was horrible. I don't like seeing that. Hopefully that culture changes. That's why I think there's a big emphasis on that this offseason with Coach Schottenheimer. But in recent times, I think those two are a pretty bad 1-2 punch. But, I mean, we've had some crazy coaches. Chan Gailey was pretty trash. But, yeah, we'll get into it here. I got a video from Attack on Cowboys here I want to play. It's Dallas Cowboys signs and releases multiple players. Brian Schottenheimer is locked in. This is a 12-minute video. We'll probably break it up a little bit. I was talking crazy. Yeah, just go back and read his message. Was it in here? So it was in my chat? What up, Oast Man? What it do? I don't see any of that in my chat. Boss man. What up, Dylan? What up, Ryan? Hey, you guys are in the alternate stream, by the way. So if you want, make sure you go up here to the channel and go to the live stream that has the red alarm bell as the thumbnail. That is the red alarm bell as the thumbnail. Or not as the thumbnail, but as the description or in the title. You guys want to go to this stream, you're in here. This is where we'll be watching the film that I'm reacting to and breaking it down and my opinion, thoughts, everything like that. But yeah, you guys are here right now. You guys want to go to here. You should be able to. Where's my mouse? You should be able to click my name up here on your screen, and it should take you to here. If you don't see both live streams, just hit that live button right there, and you'll see it. What up, Carnage? Right, yeah. All right. Hey, I think our draft was secretly actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't. It wasn't a bunch of flash, but it's a bunch of character football playing, good, smart human beings that know what they're doing. These are all good. Our top 3 picks are phenomenal. Siobhan, as long as he can stay healthy, should have been a first round pick. You don't like the way the other one looks? Well, I mean, that's just how I can bring in the content. But I mean, you can stay here if you want. That's fine. Carnage, you're a fool, bro. What up, Dylan? I see you, brother. Host, man, I see you. I see you. All right, we're about to get into this video now. Just trying to let a few people pile on in. My Bears had too many coaches. Yeah. Hey, man. The Bears have been a struggling team for sure. Struggling franchise for sure. But they're not the only team. There's a bunch of teams in that struggling phase of their franchise. What up, Merle? What it do? Rhea Ripley, women's champion, wins backlash. Yes, Scott. I would love for that to happen, but I'm hearing rumors and thoughts that Rhea Ripley's not going to continue to be in WWE. So maybe not. As much as I would hate for Rhea to go, because I think she's one of the top, if not the top, female competitor. I would love for her to win the belt, but I just don't know that it's going to happen. Host, man. What it do? Hey, do you live stream Super Bowl Hall of Fame? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be trying to live stream the Hall of Fame game for the first game of the season, for sure. And then I'll do, the Cowboys preseason games. Once the NFL season kicks off, how I stream games is kind of in a weird manner. All right. So I'm obviously going to do every Cowboy game. Now on Sundays, I do all 3 slates of games. So the 1 o'clock game, the 4 game. I'm usually live for that whole stretch of football. Now the 2 games that I'm going to be playing are going to be the 2 teams that have the closest record for the best competition. If it's a blowout, like one team's 13-1 and the other team is, I don't know, 4 and whatever, I'm gonna watch the teams that have the 5-5 or the 6-4, the closer records, to try to hopefully have a better competition.
Can you put this on the charger?
Yeah. Well, actually, Messi, it's more like 10.5 hours. 8 hours is only 2 games. Each game runs about 3.5 hours. Now, on that Sunday stream, usually leading into the 3rd game, I do take a mini break. The stream stays up. I just usually stop, get myself rehydrated food in my system, because there's usually about a 35, 45-minute window between that game. So I usually take a mini break in there. The stream will be on, so you'll be able to stay chat with everybody in the chat, and you'll still be able to be there. It's not no problem. I may even have something that's in there playing to kind of keep it going. There's always a little mini break there for me.
Can you put this on the charger? Thank you.
Mom, I want to phone tag.
The Hall of Fame game is always the first game of the season, Messi. The Hall of Fame game is the game. It's the very first game of the season, Messi. Yes, sir, birds. Yeah, they always start it up. Merle, you got your way over here. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. You were telling me about your world. I hear you, Dylan. I hear you, brother. Hey, I would love for Rhea Ripley to be the champion at the next WrestleMania. 100%. Exactly, birds. Exactly. It's like the well, yeah, it is Hall of Fame, not, but I mean, come on, man. Give the man a break, Messi. Come on, man. Make me do my boozy impression. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, we're going to get into this clip here. I've had AOC hanging out on the screen here for way too long, not playing the video to get the reaction out of it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start. Might have to turn it up. Hold on.
Schottenheimer with every passing day, pause if necessary. Y'all know damn well, a married man, I love my woman. I ain't talking about that kind of love. But either way, Brian Schottenheimer is really taking the old saying, the devil is in the details, to heart. We're going to talk about some of the things that he discussed in his press conference today. And
y'all hear that content okay?
The Dallas Cowboys made this past week. As they released some guys and they signed a bunch of guys.
Make sure you guys can hear that all right.
Damn early. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, whatever platform you're on. Be sure to do so and keep up with Attack on Cowboys every single day. And speaking of which, we just launched.
We're back like Shaq with a heart attack. With a slam that back.
I will
break the rim
and
also make his back.
Podcast or audio exclusive episodes of Attack on Cowboys via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your podcast on, you will be able to catch those exclusive episodes of Attack on Cowboys where we just chop it up for an hour or so, right? So
us first
Eagles. All of those links out in the description below.
I got you, brother.
We kind of round up the news. But I want to make sure y'all
you good, man. Don't let nobody get to you, Porter. You good, brother. No worries. Cowboys are currently pushing for
help me run up those numbers. Use all those links. Whatever audio platform you use that link. Follow the audio platform. Download episodes that's already been up there, and be on the lookout.
All right, can you guys hear that all right? You guys can hear the audio just fine, right? I'll turn it up a little bit. I just want to make sure you guys are able to hear the video. Oh, can't see me no more. Knocked out. I'll try to move the mic a little closer to the speaker there as well to help get it popping. There we go. Sorry, guys. Oh, my camera fell. There we go. All right, I'm here.
I swear to God.
I think my laptop is making all kinds of weird noise. Well, we'll play the video back now. You guys can hear it.
Exclusive audio content. Now, let's get right into it. I take care of some housekeeping. I know y'all like, oh,
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, it's Saturday. You ain't got nothing to do. I had to take care of the housekeeping. Let's get it. All right, so
I got to do that tomorrow. Get my house all prim and
Dallas
proper.
Cowboys have released 4 players in accordance with the guys that they drafted, right? The guys that they released, they essentially correlate directly with the positions that they drafted. They released 2 offensive linemen. They drafted 2 offensive linemen. They drafted a right tackle and a right guard. They just released a guard and a tackle. They drafted 2 running backs. They released a running back. And they actually still need to release another running back. So, Tiny Vaughn, I'm looking at you. Miles and Javante, I don't know if you guys are guaranteed to make the roster.
The whole schedule, I think, in this month of May.
Hunter Lepke. Everybody keeps forgetting. Hunter Lepke's still floating around out there. He's going to occupy one of those spots in that running back or tight end room, depending on where they put him on the roster. But he's still there as well, and I think that Shotty really likes Lepke. So Malik Davis, he was the first casualty of war in that running back room. And unfortunately, he's going to have to find a new home. I think Malik Davis is given a chance. He could have given us a similar.
Make sure y'all smash those like buttons
or something like that, right? But either way, hopefully he gets a real shot at the NFL somewhere. And then the last guy that was released was linebacker Brock Moggensen, most notable for getting the pick 6 in Dallas. I think against like a backup or something like that. But beyond that, those were just the releases that were made. Want to cover that briefly because we hadn't done it in an actual full-length show yet. We did it in a short, but we didn't do it in a full-length show. So I want to cover that real quick and to kind of go.
My laptop just came up with some screen saying it needs rebooted. So I gotta reboot my laptop. It's not going to affect the stream any. It's just what I use to watch and monitor the stream on. But yeah, let me get these flashing lights to not be flashing.
Could you try again?
I didn't ask you anything, Siri. No need.
Ask away, T.
I said no need. I have no questions.
Ask away.
Things dumb. All right, we're gonna get back to this.
Along with that, they have also signed the following 25 draft picks. They signed Tyler Booker, Siobhan Rebel, Shamar James, Johnny Cornelius, Phil, Jay Toya, and Tommy Akinbasote. So their only unsigned draft picks are their second round pick, defensive end Donovan Ezeraku, and their third round pick, Jaden Blue. So
yes, sir. And we got some interview footage of a lot of these players to react to here tonight. So we're gonna get into that, but
once they get those deals done, they have their entire draft class signed already. And I'm telling y'all, it's not for nothing that the Cowboys are moving this quickly. Brian Schottenheimer even said it today in his press conference. He said, usually they don't get these rookie deals done this quickly, but he wanted to get those rookie deals. He wants to kind of expedite the process of getting these guys ingratiated into the organization. And that, he didn't say this part, but the fact that they got the numbers and the technicalities behind what they would have to pay their rookies on their roster out the way, that actually helps them as it pertains to trying to make any more subsequent moves, whether it be adding a veteran wide receiver 2 or adding a veteran corner to the team, whatever it may be. Them getting that done early absolutely kind of clears the runway for them to figure out, okay, what's the next move? Now, don't worry about them taking a week or two to negotiate with them.
yeah, hopefully you fibbing on us there, brother. We don't want you losing no money. That was a bad game, though. Messi was telling us all about it.
That's out the way. They can move their attention back towards the Michael Parsons. They can move their attention back towards the free agency pool and back towards trying to make trades and with the cap that we have remaining, right? So that's the positive part. That's why it's notable that the Cowboys did these deals so quickly. In fact, they were the first team to sign their first round pick. So the Cowboys are moving quicker. And Brian Schottenheimer essentially revealed today that he has a hand in that. He has a hand in why the Cowboys are moving a little bit differently.
Man, I love that we're getting a head coach that's actually involved in the process. Like, we're not used to that. We used to, even at the combine, our head coaches staying back in Dallas while our owners and go to the combine. Not this year. No, Brian Schottenheimer and his entire staff were in the facility to make sure that the picks that they wanted fit the scheme that they were trying to build. So, hey, the culture shift that is happening in Dallas, I think, can only be spun in a positive manner. I don't think – I mean, we were damn near bottom of the feeders last year, so it can only kind of go up. So, hey – and anytime Dak's healthy or coming back off an injury, it's usually an automatic 10 wins. So, and like I said, off the injury, a lot of times he kind of balls out. So we'll see. He may have a good season. He may not. I know we're going to have a heavy emphasis on the run game this season for sure.
This is why I'm falling in love with this coach, man. I absolutely love this guy. And everything he said in this press conference, I want to give you guys a couple anecdotes from it. He talked about coaches who change whenever they become head coaches, and they may kind of change their laurels and what they base themselves on. He said, quote, the guys I've seen change, they weren't very successful, and I plan on being very successful. I'm going to be me, and I'm not going to change that framework. Shotty sound like me out here. I'm going to be me. I'm not gonna change that framework for anybody, bro. And
Yes,
that is
sir.
what it is, bro. If you like it, you love it. If you don't, you hate it. It is what it is. And then he had another really, really good quote here. This is from Nicole Hutchinson. He said, "We talked to our
Tell him.
both
Tell
vet and
Mosa.
rookies about
Host
being
man.
intentional." He shared that instead of doing big introductions and getting everyone to stand up, he gives everyone 5 to 10 minutes to mingle and walk up to people that you don't know and introduce yourself. I was kind of sitting at the bottom of the team room watching the interaction go on with different position coaches, talking to players, and coming down to talk to Scott with nutrition and Claire and everybody like that. But if you say you're a family, and that's the culture that you want to build, one that's about being family first and first class and
What up, Can't Run Man? What's good, brother? What it do? What it do?
joyful, then what your expectation is that your veterans reach out and will assist these young players. Dak reaching out to Tyler Booker the night of the draft is one example. Jalen Tolbert told me he stopped and said hello to 3 or 4 of the guys. Luke Schoonmaker was here yesterday getting some extra work and stopped to talk to a few of the guys he had competed against. Like, it's real, it's tangible. And that's the type of energy we need in the building.
15 minutes. They can't put John Cena in a match that lasts longer than 15 minutes.
We just need our guys excited to play football again. Not only excited to play football again.
What up,
we need our guys
James? What it
excited
do?
to carry out the
Yes, sir.
process
Can't
to
run.
play football again.
Yes, sir. Can't run. What's good? Toxic in the house. Ain't nothing better living in the country than swimming in the river. Yeah. Hey, man. Bridge jumping in the river is pretty dope. Find the closest bridge and just go jump up off of that damn. Well, I ain't gonna tell you to do that, but that's what we did. We did that shit all types of ways. With clothes, without clothes, we always have fun. Young and dumb.
And that to me seems like what Shadi is kind of introducing. Now, this is all fine and dandy in his first year. Will he be able to maintain that throughout his career as a coach, being able to maintain that excitement? Kind of like a Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll kind of has that same type of impact. He just creates this tangible energy around the team within the building. I think that Brian Schottenheimer is kind of giving a little bit of that same juice, right? And interestingly enough, he coached him with Pete Carroll for a few seasons, so that may be a little bit where he got that from. Now, this was interesting to me because this is important, and it's the small things, man. Like the title of the show says, "Devil in the Details." It's a small thing, but I promise you, in the long run, it's going to go a long way as it pertains to these guys' growth and that kind of thing. Listen to Brian Schottenheimer when he was asked by my good friend John Machota about players having their seats moved in the locker room. For instance, having Michael Parsons closer to Dak Prescott. Take a listen.
Today was great temperature-wise over here in North Carolina. Great temperature-wise. Got a little cloudy and rainy towards the end, though.
Some guys around. This year I did, along to help with the staff. Again, they don't really get a say in that.
I love it, bro. Hey, let the head coach be the head coach. I love the fact that this dude is kind of exerting his thumb. He's pushing his assertiveness on his team and letting them know, like, hey, this is my
Boy, you always be talking about some fight, James. You always be talking about some fight.
I love this.
There's a method to the madness.
You gotta stop fighting, boy. Every time you come in here, you talk about fighting somebody.
I think when the guys went in the team,
Save that shit for the ring, brother. You play football, not boxing.
team room for the first time, I made them all stand up after they sat down. I let them sit down, and I had them stand up, and I had them move seats. New year, it's 2025. We'll do that in 2026. We'll do that in 2027 and beyond. I think it's just when you start a new year, do something different. You know, change something up. So
I like that.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, before he gets into it, I like that because that means that from season to season, we can't be predictable. That they're gonna have to be able to change and watch tape. Yeah, that's good. You did good. We had like 85 degrees. It's still humid stuff. Ooh, I mean, it was a little warmer. I think yesterday is actually the day that I think was actually a better temperature. I think yesterday it stayed. I think it did hit 80.
I like that. And Cowboys fans, we can't be mad at that at all.
All I can say is we have no need to be impressed. No need to try to impress us. Just when you guys come in here, just make sure y'all be your authentic selves. You don't need to make up no story. You don't need to tell us no fib. Whether it's real, fake, not, I don't care. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's all. Yourself is enough. Just know that yourself is enough.
This sounds like a guy that isn't going to exercise the definition of insanity, which is trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Guy that understands the value of getting his players uncomfortable, getting his players out of these little cliques that form on any football team.
Ooh, carnage! Hey, man, that was a conversation. That was a conversation that we had already had. That was a conversation that we already had. Carnage, I don't know if you were here for that conversation. I don't know if you were here for that conversation. Carnage. Me and Toxic were going back and forth because I was like, nah, bro, that's a woman's sport. And then my Mama Royal, verified it's a women's sport. Mama, hey, you gotta go with what she says. She's the elder in the states.
Part of any team that's part of specific football team, there's so many guys involved. Cliques are going to form. Cliques are going to develop. You're going to have guys that are close with guys. You're going to have guys in one clique. They may not like a couple of the guys, but Shotty is kind of breaking down those walls. He's breaking down those barriers. He's forcing this team to interact. He's forcing this team to actually kind of be involved.
I hope so, Merle.
And remember, some of that.
I'm hearing things about her leaving the WWE.
And it was an issue that was big enough to where guys like.
But we try to keep it football tonight, Merle. Try to keep it football.
It's something that's talked about, thought about, but there's a method to the madness.
And there is a method to the madness. The reason I think it's important that he put Micah Parsons beside Dak Prescott is for obvious reasons. Micah is trying to develop into a leader. Micah Parsons is trying to take a step in maturity. Micah Parsons is trying to understand what it means to be the face of the
Nothing better than being scared of playing baseball, so playing softball. In different states.
Organization. He's trying to understand how and when to push those buttons as it pertains to.
I would not want to go to a party with a bunch of men that play softball. I'm sorry, Toxic. You can have that party all to yourself. I'm sure they go skiing together too, right? Y'all go skiing together too?
Being the leader, what's cool to say, what's not cool. And not that Dak is going to control him or anything. Dak is just going to be able to just day in, day out, sit next to each other. Their lockers right next to each other. Day in and day out, Dak is going to be able to kind of touch base with Micah and make sure that Micah has that mentorship of it.
So you're saying the Mennonites as a whole are just scared of baseball? I mean, it has to be because they're scared of the ball. It's too hard. They can't play that hard ball. They like to play with them softballs.
Available to him. Remember, a lot was discussed about Micah not really having that leader, that mentor to kind of go to. And it doesn't have to be a guy at your position. It could just be a guy that's respected around the league. And having Micah closer to that could only help him from a leadership standpoint, from a maturity standpoint, from
Did y'all take your medicine
Micah
yet?
helping Dak, kind of being like, hey, Dak, let's get this thing together. Let's motivate each other a little bit, right? Iron sharpens iron from a mentality standpoint, from an emotional intelligence standpoint. So I really, really like this. And again, all the little details that Schottenheimer is paying attention to, I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all don't think it does right now, but all that stuff is going to matter. And stuff like this, even small details like the Brian Schottenheimer press conference, the lector is gone. He's the first head coach to sit down for his daily presser since Wade Phillips. This is a guy that's getting comfortable. This is a guy that's asserting, again, his dominance on him. He's like, man, I'm about to sit down. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to sit down and talk to you. I'm not about to sit up here and be all, just straight up and down.
Shin guards, like the one spot that you barely ever get hit as a catcher, like that's like the spot that you barely get hit. It's usually in the chest or wide or in the face mask.
We're gonna get comfortable. We're gonna have a conversation. And bro, I love Brian Schottenheimer. If I could buy a shoddy jersey, I would. Let me know what y'all think about all this stuff down in the comments below. Again,
Sir, all right. Here is that Brian Schottenheimer interview. I think we'll save that for another day because that's a 23-minute interview on its own. Here is Siobhan Ravel coming in with Nicole Hutchinson interview.
First thing is I'm just coming to work, and we'll see how it plays out, as we go along in the season. But I bring a lot of things to the table. Mainly of course my speed, but I bring a lot of versatility.
from a leadership standpoint, there's a lot of guys that Schottenheimer's trying to bring in with this draft class that bring that. What do you bring in that category?
Speed, the ability to run routes, catch the ball in the backfield, home run hitter, making guys miss, and even pass protection. I take a lot of pride in being able to do all the things that it takes.
I'm pretty sure this is Jadon Blue. I'm pretty sure this is Jadon Blue. Why is this labeled as Siobhan Ravel Jr.?
Takes to be successful at running back.
And more so often.
At running back, yeah. I just got off Braylon. I'm on this stream. I'm not doing Fortnite right now. If I'm on my stream, I'm not going to get off of my football stream to go play Fortnite. That's just not what I do. I play Fortnite on my Fortnite stream. They damn sure weren't worried about hitting one out the park with it being indoors. All right, back to it. But this is Jadon Blue. This is not. We'll backtrack it here. This is not Siobhan Ravel like they have it labeled.
Being able to stay in state, just how much of a blessing it was.
This is Jadon Blue.
It's been fun. Just getting a chance to be in a facility, a chance to know these guys, get a chance to know the coaches and bond. But it's a blessing. It's something I dream of since I was a little kid. So I'm blessed to be able to have that opportunity.
What has your expectation been, and also what has been told to you about what your role is?
Yeah, man. First thing is I'm just coming to work, and we'll see how it plays out, as we go along in the season. But I bring a lot of things to the table. Mainly of course my speed, but I bring a lot of versatility.
From a leadership standpoint, there's a lot of guys that Schottenheimer's trying to bring in with this draft class that bring that. What do you bring in that category?
Speed, the ability to run routes, catch the ball in the backfield, home run hitter, making guys miss, and even pass protection. I take a lot of pride in being able to do all the things that it takes to be successful at running back.
And more so off the field, leadership standpoint.
I'm a very vocal guy, so just getting a chance, like being around my teammates, helping out whenever they need me, and just doing the little things. Great kid. I could tell he's he's ready to learn, and he's a great football player. I mean, he's been leading us since we've been here, so it's an honor to be able to share.
That's good to hear that our rookie guard has, since he's come in the locker room, he's been the leader of the rookies. I don't know about all that. I put in that work, brother. I'm messy. All right, I gotta get back into this interview.
The room with him.
I think Jadon Blue is gonna be the Cowboys' #1 running back before the end of it. I think he'll surpass Javonte Williams. I think Miles Sanders gets cut, and I think Hunter Lipke will be in the mix there as well. Well, I guess they're all soft, Messi.
Talk about sharp choice and about football play. Here is organization.
I wish we could hear the interviewer a little better.
Yeah, Coach Choice is my guy, man. He's done a lot of things, you know, for me on and off the field, and you know, he played a part in the reason I'm here today. You know, since I got there day one, you know, he was, you know, brought me under his wing. He taught on me. You know, I was very coachable. I listened to him because he played in the league, but you know, as far as playing in the NFL, he taught us a lot of things. I mean, of course, he played, you know, 5+ years in the league, so you know, we knew that he knew, you know, rights and the do's and don'ts of the league, but that's my guy, man. I mean, he, like I said, he did a lot of things for me, you know, on and off the field. Yeah, he called me right after I got drafted. He FaceTimed me. He was super excited, but you know, it's funny because when we used to talk in a position when we used to all talk about, you know, the Cowboys, and we used to joke about it, but you know, I never thought that I'd get drafted here. But man, it was a blessing to be able to, you know, get that phone call, and you know, for me to have a, you know, running back coach that coached me in college, you know, that played for this team in the league, it means a lot to me. We used to, I mean, a lot of us didn't want to go here, but we was messing with Coach Choice. But it's a great program, man. Of course, it's the, you know, biggest brand, you know, in sports. So, like I said, man, it's an honor to be able to, you know, play for this team. Yeah, I mean, I grew up, you know, watching, you know, all the teams really. I mean, I didn't really have a, you know, specific team, but you know, like I said, for me to be able to get to play here, you know, which is the, you know, biggest brand in sports, you know, it means the world to me. I love his energy. I mean, he matches our energy. I mean, he has, you know, comes in the meeting room with juice, and you know, he likes to, you know, have fun. I mean, that's what I like as a coach. I mean, you know, when you have a coach that you can relate to, and you know, that'll have fun with you and know how to turn it off when it's time to coach.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Had to go fix something.
Yeah, you have backs, you know, that you know,
They
get
all
along
over
with
the
in
place.
the same
They
room.
just heavy in
You know, it's
Pennsylvania.
good because you know, when it's time to compete, we compete, and we know it's not, you know, act in a bad way, but you know, we're competing to make each other better, and you know, we're all, you know, striving for the same goal. So you know, we're just doing our best to push each other and make sure that we're all doing the right things. Yes, it has. I mean, it took me a good minute, you know, after I got drafted, but you know, with me being here a few days, I finally took it in, man. But you know, it's still, you know, surreal to me, man, to be able to, you know, get to play for this team. I mean, like I said, I couldn't even imagine, you know, getting drafted to the Cowboys, but you know, the blessing that I wanted came true. The money is a little different in the league, of course. I mean, of course, it's more, but man, like I said, man, it's an honor to be able to play here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I take a lot of pride in being able to do all the things, and not just, you know, being a fast back, being a home run hitter, because I know, you know, if you want to be, you know, the best at your position, you're gonna have to be able to, you know, do all those things. And like I said, I give Coach Choice a lot of credit because, you know, he stayed on not only me, but you know, all the other guys in our room to make sure that we were doing those things right. Because, like I said, if you can't, you know, protect the quarterback, then you know it affects a lot of things, you know, offensively. So, you know, I take a lot of pride in being able to, you know, be versatile and be able to do different things, and I just, you know,
Y'all having a whole other conversation in the chat.
Yeah, man, just come in and work.
I'm confused on why they have Siobhan Ravel's name on here.
You know, that's been my mentality. You know,
They trying to throw us content
just,
creators through a loop.
Every time I come,
they trying to throw us through a loop, trying to
you know,
trick us.
somewhere new. You know,
I know that's Jade on
Blue.
Blue.
Myself, doing all the little things right off the field. You know, doing, you know, everything I can, you know, on the field to, you know, to make that impression.
You're talking about the dynamic of this running back room. It's very similar to what you came from at Texas too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that experience will kind of prepare you for this as well?
Yeah, it's prepared me. I mean, of course, we had a lot of different backs, in our room at Texas, but we had very good backs, and same here. We have a lot of different style running backs, so it's kind of similar. I mean, us having that room at Texas helped me out a lot because not only it taught me how to compete, and it's not new to me whenever I go somewhere with backs just as talented, and it doesn't surprise me.
Did you have a brief interaction with Jerry on the field? And what was that like?
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's cool, man, to be able to talk with a guy like that, man. And
Fastest
actually
running back in the league, baby. Fastest running back in the league.
crazy because I didn't know he was the one that called me when they drafted me. So when I went back and watched the video, I seen it was him. But to be able to have that conversation with him, and for him to know the type of guy I am, it means the world. Great guy. He's very similar to Coach Choice. High energy. He's hard on me. He's been hard on me since I've been here, and I like that because I'm a fast learner, and when I know a coach is hard on me, that I know he wants the best for me. So, I'm just really blessed, to be able to get coached by Coach Foster. He's coached a lot of talented backs. Kamara, of course he had Austin Eckler. So, for me to be here to be in that room, it means the world to me.
Thank you.
You're being bad. Why would you dump this out? Huh? Why would you jump? Then you could have gave it to the bro sissy. All right, sorry about that, guys. We going to this video. They've been soft since before you were born. We get it. We get it, Toxic. It's all right. We got Foot in the house. Got to be the toughest guy on the field. It's the title of it. Let's get into it.
Ben, as an NFL player, and still getting used to everything, or are they kind of set in already?
Still getting used to it, honestly. I feel like until the season comes,
I see you, Ma.
keep getting used
Welcome
to it.
in, Ma.
It's been surreal, just taking it all in, trying to meet everyone, build relationships right now.
The mentality you've taken into rookie minicamp, what are you trying to prove as far as your first impression?
I'm just trying to prove. I'm trying to prove that I'm a hard worker. I'm listening to instruction. I'm coachable, and just interact with others and get close to others. That's how we create that bond between teammates and become a better team.
How do you feel like what you add to the running back room kind of complements what else is all there with Jaden and everybody else?
Yeah, I feel like I can compliment them really well, especially Jaden. Us being in the same class and being a great speed guy, me being a power guy. I feel like we can feed off of each other, and also the other running backs in the room. I watched Bonte in college, at UNC, and Miles Sanders at Penn State, and just looking up to those guys, being able to ask them questions and gain knowledge, I feel like will help our room in the long run.
CJ Spiller talked about how your physicality grew as your time at Clemson went. How would you describe just the way you approach things?
He was a very physical running back
For
in
me, it's
Clemson.
the mentality, my approach to the game is I got to be the toughest dude on the field. That's how you got to play the game, especially at the running back position. So I'm put it on the line for my teammates, and I expect them to do the same. So that's all you see out there from me.
John Hammond was saying he doesn't have installs; they call it reviews. How much you got to know before you can get in here for these meetings?
Oh, all the time. I'm in my room after practice, studying the plays before meetings in the morning, studying. So I don't feel like you can get enough of that. We try to do it as a running back unit too before, but as pros now, they expect us to study and ask great questions.
Has he called on you yet in the couple meetings y'all had to see if you're on top of it?
Not yet.
Your leadership style, what would you say it is? Coach Sean Hammer's trying to get a lot of leaders and team captains in your draft class. How can you provide that?
First and foremost, I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to be accountable. My teammates are going to be able to trust me. And you got
Tell him, Messi.
to earn that trust. So I just plan on being consistent, being the same person every day. I'm huge on encouraging my teammates to do better.
and to just continue to help me get better. So I just feel like I like to challenge people.
For sure. See this for helping become a pro, prepare you to be a pro.
He helped me a lot, just his time in Buffalo, him being the first round draft pick, going to Clemson also, he did it. And it was just awesome to be able to soak up all the knowledge he had and just learn about how to take care of your body and what it takes to get to the next level.
What's your impression of this offensive coaching staff and what excites you about playing for them?
My first impression, honestly, is their energy. The coaches have so much energy on this staff, and it just allows the players to be themselves and
Good.
feed into it, and we just feed off each other. So I feel like you can never get bored talking to the coaches because they always got something real to say or are providing you with real energy.
Has a funny moment happened already with one of your coaches, or anything that stands out as far as the energy goes?
I would just say it's always funny when they're doing basketball competitions. It's just a good time in the team meeting. Right?
All right, and there's Phil Maffa. Good old Phil Maffa, a little introductory interview. We got Jay Toya,
It's been
the
great.
DT, undrafted free agent that we picked up, Phil.
Exciting experience. Just blessed to be here,
He
honestly.
could a little more clearly.
See the opportunity this year. What comes to mind? What was potentially out for this team right now?
I would just say it's coming in competing. Competition's written everywhere on the walls here.
He's Samoan. He's got that Samoan strength, man. Something that's in the water with them boys there.
So just coming in competing.
They always, even when they're a little bit heavier set, they still like freak athletes.
I feel like just the standards of being a D lineman, coming in and just destruction all over the line of scrimmage.
Run defense has kind of been a thing here the last few years in the area of improvement. How do you feel like
Honestly, I'm just here to help the team win. Whatever I can do to help the team win. If I start day one, great. If I don't start, great. I'm just here to help the team win.
What's your barometer for success for yourself? Defensive tackle is not always a stats position. How do you view success?
I feel like success for me is longevity. I want to play in this league for a long time. I want to play for the Cowboys for a long time. So, yeah.
You got a big football family. What did they kind of teach you about, the first couple of days of being a pro and kind of setting you up for this?
I would just say just treating everybody with respect, respecting everybody, treating everybody the way you want to be treated.
Scouts recently said, they strive to be selfless. How do you embrace the selfless on this?
It's insurance.
Whatever I
It's
can
a
do to help them
scam.
win, even if I'm not on the spotlight, that's what I'm here for.
What players did you look up to growing up? Like, what did you want to model in your game after?
Vita Vea and Dexter Lawrence, for sure.
What about their game did you like?
I would say they're similar but different. I feel like Vita Vea just causes havoc throughout the whole. But I feel like Dexter Lawrence has a little finesse to his game.
What was the moment like?
He talking about he taking on some Dexter Lawrence? Hey, mimic
like
Dexter Lawrence, and I'll be happy with you as a
So,
defensive tackle.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Jay Toyle.
The first and last pronunciation of your name, and also nickname fans should call you if you have one.
Well, I go by Jay already. How you say my last name is Toya. Everyone says Toya. So, yeah, Jay Toya. I just go by Jay.
Can you talk
Toya.
about what you bring to the role as a nose tackle? Obviously, you have the build and you have the motor, but that lets you the ability to chase guys down from behind. Just talk about your balance and being able to do both.
Like, in terms of what? Like,
Or just the ability to penetrate the backfield and not just be that big nose tackle, that big one thing that
Yeah.
stands there and clubs. You can do that, but you can also reach that.
yeah, I feel like it goes back to just competing. I want to be the best on the field and just got to put the work in, train as hard as I can, and just goes back to competing. I want to compete in everything that I do.
I mean, it's bedtime, Whit. What do you expect? It's 10:30. Y'all supposed to be going to bed. All right, so there was the Jay Toya video. We got a couple more here we can get in. This is Trayshawn Holden, the free agent wide receiver from Oregon, wherever Puff Dutch is. This is his boy. Go ahead, Dutch, but let's get into it.
Just somebody that's going to take advantage of every
Nice and
opportunity.
clear. I like it.
You know, that's me. That's how I operate, and that's how I plan to be while I'm here. What's it like for you right now being in the NFL? What's it been like for you? It's like a dream come true. Like, I started playing football when I was 7, and I'm here. So I'm just happy to be here and ready to make a name for myself.
You carry a chip on your shoulder as an undrafted guy.
Definitely. Every day.
How does that manifest in work ethic or anything moving forward?
I mean, I've always been the kind to just work hard in general, but it's just like I feel disrespected, so now it's time to make it happen.
What up, James? What's good? What's good?
Was it once the Cowboys kind of it was like, hey, I wanted to play the junior in the Cowboys?
It was a few teams that hit me, but once Coach June called, I'm like, hey, there's no brainer. I'm on my way.
Yes, sir. I see you, James.
A lot of good receivers in Oregon too.
Mm-hmm.
What did that kind of help you in terms of blending into a receiving core and kind of doing your role within other talented guys?
Really, I like watching other receivers and taking stuff out of their game and adding it to mine. So with a guy like Ted, I mean, he's small, but he got a lot of game to him. And I used to watch Ted live, just take little bits and pieces from him because I'm a bigger guy. And when I got to play in the slot, move around like him. So yeah, just taking bits and pieces and adding them out to a box.
Is that something you've kind of already started to do with CD, as far as taking bits and pieces of what makes him excellent at this level?
I've been watching CD for 3 years now, so I've been. That's crazy. I get to be in the room with him. So
hey, CD is someone that this man admires, so that's good. There ain't gonna be a whole lot of that tells you that there ain't gonna be a whole lot of envy in the room between the wide receivers, because this man admires CD. So that's good. That's good. So it should help the chemistry in the locker room between the wide receivers for sure. Not a whole lot, a bunch of crap talk.
After wide receiver, I guess when you see that, how much does that motivate you to potentially be a part of this class that is the receiver of this class?
Oh no, it's definitely that was another reason why I decided to come to it. And they didn't draft a guy, and I feel like I was one of the best receivers, and now I just can show everybody that I am.
How hard is draft weekend when you're kind of hoping to get a call and it doesn't come?
I mean, I kind of had it in the back of my mind. I ain't perfect. I made a few mistakes in my career, so I kind of knew if it was a possibility, but it still hurt. But shoot, I'm here.
Yeah. Did you say you learned from those mistakes?
I learned everything. I don't take none of them for granted. I look at them as a blessing because if I'm in them situations again, I know exactly how to handle them.
That's good. He sounds hungry. Sounds hungry. That's good. Want that wide receiver room. Mello, stop.
Process been so far.
Mark James, the linebacker that the Dallas Cowboys took, I believe, in the 6th round.
Yeah, it's been great. We had our first walkthrough today, and kind of can't believe that I'm in the NFL right now. So, and especially the Cowboys. So it's been amazing.
This man got a huge ass smile across his face, and he can't take it off. Two go Stars. There you go. You watching hockey?
That walkthrough, did it set in then, or did it set in before? Is it setting in now? Has it?
Yeah, so it's slowly setting in completely, but I mean, all these then, like you said, the walkthrough and just having that stone in the chest, it's like I'm here now, so I'm excited to be a Cowboy.
How much have you and Brian Schottenheimer bonded over your alma mater so far?
Oh yeah, we're definitely locked like this right now, like best friends. We both alma alums, so go Gators.
called you.
He did. That's the first thing he said. You know, we're both Gators, so you know, this some special. So yes, sir.
Coming from that program, just talk about the benefit leverage it gives you as far as playing against NFL ready competition at Florida, just over the course of
I like practice and like you said, kind of like the games too. Like just playing the SEC, like any given Saturday, like they say in the NFL, any given Sunday, it's like any given Saturday in the SEC. So I mean, you're playing against a great team and great players each and every week. So you got to bring it, you know, like every single week, kind of like you do here.
What were your impressions of Shadi and the staff compared to maybe some of the others that you met with during the pre-draft process?
I would say they're very unique. I would say they're a very close knit group. You can tell that they like each other a lot. They love to make jokes. They always have the energy and always have that juice. So they always have smiles on their faces. I'm excited to get coached by each and every one of these coaches here.
Did it surprise you at all, like just the looseness or the close-knit nature?
A little bit. Like I was thinking, like in the NFL, like everybody's so uptight, don't want to get nothing wrong. So it kind of surprised me a little bit. But I mean, I guess it's ball at the end of the day. So.
Do you remember anything about your meeting at the combine with him?
I had a formal meeting with him, so it was kind of like all ball. I met a lot of coaches, but I mean, it was just kind of just all ball. Yeah. So as soon as I walked in, I sat down. We was getting it going. So.
Coaches have already described you as an energetic leader. What would you describe your leadership style, and how do you try to be a leader?
Yeah, I'll say energetic. I'm a guy that leads by example. I'm a guy that loves to relate to his teammates before he judges them. So I like to know you before I can judge you when you're kind of slacking on the field. So I feel that's kind of the best way you can lead somebody, by knowing personally off the field, so you can kind of make them give them that 110% on the field.
What's your environment talking about taking the love away from his opponents?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, what was your kind of reaction now when your team is?
Yeah, I love to have guys like that on my team, for sure.
Cowboys made an effort to bring in guys with that leadership quality. They've said that. Have you noticed that the other rookies that are around, this is a group that seems to have that football?
Messi and Steele going at it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So definitely.
Thought y'all were friends. I thought y'all were friends.
Especially Tyler Booker that you mentioned, but I mean, kind of like you said, like a lot of guys are walking around carrying themselves as pros or something. They say like everybody's showing up early to meetings, everybody has a notebook out, ready to kind of take notes, and everybody's attentive. So I feel like this kind of like a good group to have around. You know, it kind of makes everybody around them better. So I'm enjoying it so far.
What's something about you non-football related that you want fans to know?
I'm a pretty nice guy off the field. You know, I play linebacker. I'm mean on the field.
I see you. I see you,
nice guy. I like to go fishing. Like I love cars. Yeah, and I have a dog. So.
What kind of dog?
Pit bull. Yeah, he's pretty big. Dream car? GT500.
Get it soon?
Probably not. I don't know.
I bet, Carnage. I bet, brother.
I never played Alabama. Yeah, so I never got the chance to play them. I wish I did, you know, back home, playing the team back home where I'm from, but yeah, I never got a chance to play them. Yeah.
What's this last week been like for you?
Man, it's been kind of like a roller coaster, like emotionally. Like I said, kind of like going from college to
yes, sir, James.
Cowboys, like I said once again, but I mean, it's kind of been like real emotional, real like I would say surreal. Like I'm here right now. So it's
just stoked to be a Cowboy. Hopefully his talent as a linebacker is going to equal his excitement for the game. Extra butter.
You don't have anything specific?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
What surprised you the most? I mean, it's been a couple of weeks, right? Like, what surprised you most about all these people now know who you are, or someone has your number that you had no idea who it was, or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Somebody had my number that they had. So, I mean, I've been getting phone calls, text messages. It was one guy the day after I got drafted, he called me. I'm like, just waking up on my feet. And he's like, VC for life. I said, huh?
I don't see you when you go in your room, bro.
He was like, sorry, I just seen that
you just need to get a stopwatch and time and stop yourself as soon as you go in the room. I don't see when you go in the room. How am I going to stop?
No, I'm not going to. Those people stop.
Okay.
What does it mean to you for the Cowboys to trade up to grab you?
Man, that meant a lot to me because I got the call when I believe the Cardinals was on the board. But then my mom, she kind of yelled out the house like
just before 5 seconds.
As soon as I got off the phone, my name popped up on the screen, so I was like, I'm a Dallas Cowboy. So I mean, that's my favorite team. My
something
favorite
like that.
Kid, so this is dream come true for me. It's
okay, Fast Man. Okay, Flash Man.
I know what it's called.
Oh yeah, you always
I
want a
said
coach
what I
that
said.
kind of like specifies your position because you kind of get a little extra love, a little extra clicks, you know. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's kind of like a plus for me, I would think. Like you say, you kind of specialize in linebackers, kind of like very hands on. So I mean, I'm excited to see my
That is Matt Eberflus' position of trait. He is, dude. Stop yelling over my computer and go to bed. I don't care. I'll get her. Can you stop yelling over my computer, please?
over these couple of years.
Has Bruce talked to you about his plan and your development or how he wants to use you in his defense?
I just know I'm playing will linebacker right now, and you know I'm kind of trying to do that to the best of my ability.
What do you feel like is the next step to improve your game?
I would say know my assignment and know what I have to
Good night. Love you.
execute that every single play.
How does special teams can contribute to your value and also how you can grow as a football player and stuff?
Oh yes, sir. So I played special teams all 3 years at Florida, so that's something I want to do here. Something that I take pride in. So I mean, yeah, hopefully I'm on special teams. Yes, sir.
How big are the Cowboy fans for your family?
Like I said, I was born into this world a Cowboy fan. So I mean, since I was 1 day old, I mean, I've been on my.
This man's been a Cowboy fan his whole damn life.
Oh man, I remember my brother told me actually after I got drafted, he was like that my uncle he passed away. He said that he used to always just make him sit in front of the TV to watch the Cowboys. So I think that's kind of where it grew and it kind of like just spread along my family like a wildfire. So I kind of think that's where it started.
Playing in Florida, you're obviously you're ready for this Texas heat or something.
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We got
Cowboys Nation.
now we got Siobhan Revelle. Finally, with the right name. It is Nicole Hutchinson still.
Cole Hutchinson joined by the newest rookie, one of the newest rookies, 3rd round pick cornerback. And I purposely didn't say your name because I want you to say every mispronunciation that we've heard so far because we want no problems with mama. We want no problems with coaches at all. So just tell us, how do we say your name?
Savone Rebel.
Savone Rebel. All right, real fast. I got a chance to
Rebel.
see you out there in day 2 of rookie mini camp. Just how do you feel like you're feeling right now?
I'm really excited. Try to slip in through the exercises, but they kept that on me. But it was very exciting watching the boys go out there and work. We still got some. Of course, we got some work to do and some areas to clean up. But it was a very exciting moment for me and the players.
And you've got a chance to now be in the building so far. What has it finally set in that you are a Dallas Cowboy?
Oh yeah, I've been in Dallas for about 4 months. I love Texas regardless. Even if I wasn't in Dallas, I love Texas. But overall, yes, bro, the coaches treat us like family.
I love Texas. There you go.
You run up to somebody, it could be the security guard, anybody. Just good hospitality, man. Everybody want to treat you, want to bring you home.
And that's the culture that Brian Schottenheimer's obviously talked about building here, the family culture. Just have you had those veterans kind of reach back and helped you out so far and getting you adjusted here?
I haven't met any of the veterans, but of course I had before this process. I've had dinner and stuff. Like I've met veterans that been through this process. So
what up,
Santos? So just getting to work, just taking it day by day.
I want to talk about your story,
sir.
overcoming a lot of adversity
Santos.
from high school up until your college years, even until now, torn ACL, but still drafted to the Dallas Cowboys.
Brother.
How would you describe your story?
I say describe.
Hey, some people want to have kids, some people don't. That's a personal preference.
Just be determined, passionate, and do what you want to do. Focus on you. I say this a lot of times.
I will tell you, you can get man respect, but you can't get father respect without having kids, though. Those are 2 different things. But hey, it's just a personal choice, and that may not matter to you.
Don't live your life based off what you see everybody else do on social media or outside the world. Only you can live your own life. So just push forward, man. You got people behind you to support you. If you don't got the people behind you, man, just build your own circle and find those people that want to see you do their best, and also find the people that want them to do their best themselves. So,
what's kept you going, and how do you plan to kind of draw from that experience to now battle your way on the roster here in Dallas?
Everybody, man. It's just I know I gotta work. My family right there behind me, and I know I also do this. I don't always think about myself. I think about
other people too. I also don't think about my family all the
Good
time.
night,
I
love
also
you.
think about the people outside the world, like outside this facility or outside of like this atmosphere that don't have access to things like this. So I'm using every opportunity I got and not taking it for granted. So everything I got right now, I just put it up to work.
Let me ask you something. What separates you from other cornerbacks in this draft class?
I say my effort. You know, I'm willing to work. I'm willing to
He's willing to
give the best
hit.
all that I got.
He's willing
And
to
take-
tackle.
You hear that from a lot of people. A lot of players don't
Most
say that, but
cornerbacks
that's
are
just one thing I
not
feel like I'm
willing
talking
to
about.
tackle.
I'll show
This
it.
man is.
Last
Now,
question
is
as
that
well.
part of
Your
why he
dad
gets
is a
hurt?
long time Cowboys fan. Does he finally have some Cowboys gear?
Man, he texted me this morning.
Is that hey? This boy as a cornerback will tackle, no problem. That may be to why he fights his injury so much because he puts a beating on his body. But this boy's a player. This boy's a player. Please stay healthy, Shavon. Please, Rebel. Please stay healthy. I want to see what number he wears.
Love you, son.
Because that Rebel name, it's like Rebel, but not Rebel. Good number to go with it. I don't know. 13 probably fit nice, but I don't. 13, in my opinion, is a unlucky number for the Cowboys.
Hey,
What up,
I'm
man?
happy
What's
waking
good?
up
What's
knowing my son a
good?
Cowboy. That's all I get. He happy every day now. So just, my dad, my brother, I'm not gonna say the whole family for real. He's very excited. I'm very happy for him and my family that they've been behind me my whole life. Been playing football since I'm 4 years old. Ain't never missed a year. So just my dad, man. I give credit to my dad and my mom. My mom was to drop me off at football practice every day. You know, my dad was there to give. You know, he gave us the cleats, the shoes, the helmet, stuff like that, man. Just them being there for me and just seeing how hard my mom and my dad worked to get where they at. And that kind of keep me pushing every day. And just seeing them do what they did, and they kind of had it harder than I did. So I never complained. I just pushed forward.
I'm rooting for you, and I'm excited to cover you here in Dallas. Thank you so much.
And there was Shavon Ravel. All right, so now we got oh. Where is it? I'll have to get it back. All right, we can do that real quick though.
We've been working this case continually. We have
We got Tyler Booker and Tyler Neville too that I ain't done. We just did Shavon Ravel. This is the one that I was about to do.
Leading sacks last year. Obviously, your technical skills and your pass rush moves is something that people talk about. How did you become such a technician with your pass rush ability?
Yeah, well, honestly, God-given ability, of course, thank God. But I had a really good defensive line coach, you know, in college. With Coach Vince Ogabasi, he taught me how to watch film, taught me how to break down certain guys. Of course, I was always a fan of football, and I always watched guys like Devon Millers and all that. But
Who cares if he doesn't want to have kids? Y'all weird.
So under him, he taught me, you know, how to really
If
watch.
he doesn't want to have kids, then he doesn't have to have kids. Because for someone that doesn't want to have kids and they end up bringing kids into the world and they don't end up doing what they're supposed to do as a parent because they don't want to, it's better than bringing them into the world and doing that than it is to just. If they don't want to, then they don't have to. It's not called being selfish. It's called living your life. At the end of the day, you got to live your life the way you want to live it.
Certain things, and you know, obviously, you know, good repetition. You know, you got to take some 10,000, you know, reps to become a master at something, and just, you know, repping it over and over and over and over and over again. I think I did a pretty good job of doing that.
I mean, Coach Lewis and Coach
You're
Ryan,
a liar. You wouldn't even be walking.
Long ties.
Yeah. Coach O'Brien, Coach Lewis, I tell them too. I appreciate them. I sent them a nice text message. Because they did just that. They got me in the
you a big Kappa.
I was going to the office and we just talk.
Big Kappa.
I talked with Luther. You know, now I'm asking questions about, okay, what's it really like? You know, and Coach O'Brien, he helped me, you know, get my body right, you know, for the entire season. I appreciate him for that. Coach Lewis, he put me in, you know, great position on the defense. You know, he put me at edge. He put me, you know, floating around over the guard. You know, he had me standing up, you know, kind of, you know, running around linebacker area. So I did everything, and I appreciate them for that.
Do you think about hitting
Not everybody has to have
one
kids.
point, you know, when there's a new regime there?
Because if everybody just had to have one kid and that's it, there's plenty of kids to go around. Because there's people that have 4, 5, 6 kids, 8 kids. There's people that have tons of kids. So it's not like the generation's lacking if someone chooses to not have kids. It's just it's a personal preference. It ain't got shit to do with God. It ain't got shit to do with being selfish. It's a life choice. They have to live their life at the end of the day.
I think I'll be adding
So,
great value.
Nobody else.
And I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited.
I'm gonna rewind this. I missed it.
Yeah. Coach O'Brien and Coach Lewis, I tell them too. I appreciate them. I sent them a nice text message because they did just that. They got me NFL ready. You know, they were. You know, I would go into the office and they, you know, we would just talk, and you know that talk would lead to, you know, now I'm asking questions about, okay, what is it really like, you know, and Coach O'Brien, he helped me, you know, get my body right, you know, for the entire season. I appreciate him for that. Coach Lewis, he put me in, you know, great position on the defense. You know, he put me at edge. He put me, you know, floating around over the guard. You know, he had me standing up, you know, kind of, you know, running around linebacker area. So I did everything, and I appreciate them for that.
Did you think about hitting the portal at any point, you know, when there's a new regime there?
Yeah, I think the opportunity definitely came, but you know, loyal to Boston College, loyal to my teammates over there at BC. Made a lot of great bonds and great relationships, and then the situation was right for me, so that's why I stayed.
There are a lot of great pass rushers on the defensive line, including Micah Parsons. How do you think you can fit with your game on this defensive line?
Yeah, I think I'll fit. I think I'll be able to contribute. It always helps when you got, you know, guys on both sides and then in the middle that, you know, can pass rush or have a knack for the football. And I think I'll be adding, you know, great value to that. And I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited.
All these boys are excited to be Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed it. You know, I had family members, they would send me certain things. You know, you watch ESPN and they have a quick segment out talking about you. I've seen it, you know, but I think I'm in the right spot. You know, I thank God for that. Everything happens on this time. And I think, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to get everything out of me. And I think that this is the perfect spot for me to, you know, continue to grow and excel.
Have you heard from Micah yet?
Say it one more time.
Have you heard from Micah yet?
Yeah, he reached out to me.
What has the conversation been like?
It was quick. You know, he kind of introduced himself. And he was like, let's get to work. And I said, let's do it. Like, I'm ready to ride. So,
right. It's the life they want to live.
The coaching staff that's here, it feels like family here. The city of Dallas is a great city. It's different from, you know, Williamstown, New Jersey up there for sure. But the people in this building, I could tell.
But at the same time, Toxic, at that point, you are still a kid. At 22, 23, your ass still is a kid that thinks they know it all. You don't get out of the thinking you know it all phase until you hit your 30s. Or then the kids come along and then they help smarten you up. But
this is where I'm going to be able to grow as a, you know, young man coming to the NFL and continue to develop.
Are you hoping that that's the case right off the bat here, or as a
I'm coming.
Who's got to live his life, Carnage? Who's the one living Noah's life? Is it Noah or someone else? He's the one that's got to live with the choices. So they're his to make.
In here to work and to do whatever, you know, the coaches asked me to do. That's where my mindset is.
No one's saying you won't be toxic. You do what you want. Man, I ain't here to tell you which way to go. Just if I see something bad in it, I'll point it out. But man, you need to turn the other direction. You know, like playing softball. You need to go find the baseball and a glove and a bat and go play with that.
And
otherwise, man, your life choices are your life
over top of the guard, some type of pass situation, or stand up, or be on the edge. I'll do that to the best of my ability. So, yes, sir.
Can I do this real quick?
They count fans now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
You were already upstairs. Why did you come back down and pick up your phone late? You need to put it away and go to bed.
About that when, you know, I got the call, and I remember, and Coach Shinnie actually called me after I got drafted, separately. And we talked
No,
about
get off of it. Mello, go lay down.
I just saw you last year down here. Now you're my coach again, so it's pretty cool.
Being an Eagles fan growing up, was there hope that maybe at the end of the first round that they might take you?
I mean, there's hope that any team that was coming up that was going to take me, honestly. I did say, though, after my last season at Boston College, whoever takes me, that's whatever team I'm a fan of. Simple as that.
They got Cowboys gear, your family now?
Oh, yeah, all of it. I got an uncle Junior, shout out to him. He tore down his whole basement, and he's about to be all Cowboys. So, yeah.
They're talking about,
Yeah. So actually, my brother moved out to Houston not too long ago. So I came down here to visit, a few years in July. So I've experienced that Texas heat already in the summertime. So I'm gonna have my little head ready when I walk out the house. I'll be okay.
You ever had a ping pong table in your locker room?
No, I didn't, but I'm a ping pong guy, so it'll be fun. Little competition, compete every day.
What jersey number do you ultimately want to have, or the one that they're giving you? Is that fine, or are you trying to get something else?
I'll be good with my jersey number. I mean, I of course I want 6 or a single digit number, of course. But that's taken right now, so we'll have to find something else. Or 41 I might just have to make that work. So
41 might have to make that work. All right. So we got Tyler Booker, the star of the show. This right here is the star of the show, though, folks. I'll tell you what. This boy is going to be a dog on that O-line.
So I'm just glad to be in football and football world again.
And he's already come across as being a locker room leader for the rookies. Like, that's phenomenal. As a guard, that's tough to do as a guard.
It's definitely prepared me a lot from talent level and just the way that we do things in the SEC. I feel like in the SEC, things are done to a higher standard. A lot more is expected.
No, the rich are the 1%. the rich is like the 1%. And then you got middle class, and then you got low class. But the way middle class has to live because of prices is damn near the cost of low class. If you're making over the hundreds of thousands, you're going to struggle a little bit. Can manage and you can make it. And it depends on how big your family is as well.
Argue than some of the other conferences, and that's proven on a week by week basis. And you see how much success SEC
if you're making
in the NFL. So
if you're making over hundreds of thousands a year, then you can live pretty comfortably. No complaints. And you can invest and possibly have a good ROI on the return.
SEC has definitely prepared me for where I am today.
I know it's just a walkthrough, but having an opportunity to kind of lead guys as the face of the draft class today, is that kind of your first opportunity here in the league to do so?
Yeah, to be the leader of this group, I take a lot of pride in that. I'm just a natural born leader. So my fellow rookies, I'm excited to continue to learn and grow with them. And we got a great day today.
Any guys you knew beforehand?
I knew Johnny briefly. We're from the same area, so I met him at the combine. So it's pretty cool that we're on the same team now.
Are you in the top 10?
This last year helped me a lot, not just as a football player, but as a man going into the year with a lot of uncertainty and having.
Man had like 3 sacks in his football career that he allowed. 3 sacks allowed. That's it.
The same person every day, like even when we were
or 2 or 3. It's crazy.
Same person. I was the same Tyler Booker every day, so that just taught me how to be resilient even more than I already was. So I feel like this last year at Alabama, like molded me to who I am as a man.
I think
I'm not gonna say it was harder for me to figure it out. It was just harder to weather the storm because beforehand, like Coach Saban being there, everybody was like, "All right, I'm saying I'm good," but you got some of your best friends in the world leaving, wanting to go to other schools, and then just having to weather that storm and like not having a head coach at the time be like, "Hey, just stay down. I promise everything's gonna be all right." And yeah, so that's where it molded me as a man.
think you're one of the first round picks to agree to a contract with their team. Why do you think it got done so quickly?
We're both on the same page. We know that this rookie contract is just, Lord willing, the first of a couple that I have coming in front of me. So I was just focused on getting to work. I wasn't too worried about the little extremities. That's stuff for my agent to worry about. So I told her, I was like, look, let's get this thing done. I'm ready to get to work.
You made a strong first impression at the press conference. I'm just curious, how do you approach media responsibilities and also how much did IMG and going through Alabama kind of prepare you for?
Yeah, I really embrace my media responsibilities, and I feel like they're media opportunities just because us as football players, we're not like the other premier sports like basketball or soccer and even baseball. Like, we wear helmets, so our face is covered. So us being able to have that brand relationship with people, with fans, with people who watch the game, we don't have those same opportunities. So I feel like whenever I'm doing media, that's an opportunity for me to continue to build my brand and create a relationship with the viewers out there, because this is one of the few times you do get to see my face as a player connected with the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys, going back to Alabama and IMG as well. And both of those institutions really prepared me because they just put me in situations to where I would have to talk to the media. And then I feel like my best media coach was my mom, because whenever I did interviews in high school, she would literally Apple TV them on the TV, and we were watching back, and she'd be like, why'd you say this? Say this instead of this. Make sure you slow down. Make sure you say this. Make sure you say that. So that was my first media trainer. So I'm very thankful for her.
How much of a whirlwind was draft weekend and the 24 hours that followed?
I really enjoyed it. It was, I'm not gonna say it was so much of a whirlwind for me, because I knew at that point I had done everything in my power to get drafted to as high as I possibly can, but also to be the right fit for somebody. Like, the work was done. So I feel like I enjoyed it rather than being stressed out, because I know like the work was done. I just had to surrender the outcome.
And what's been the time like since we last saw you to now? I mean, how, are you thinking about moving here? Or what's been the work like? How's it been going?
I really just been focused on getting into the playbook. I really haven't been able to focus on much else. So I'm just glad to be here, glad to be a Cowboy, and I'm ready to contribute this season.
This time last year, your team was going through a transition period and welcoming in a first-year head coach, and the experience that you've learned from that and how that all went down, and also supporting your head coach again before. How do you think that can translate to this outfit where Brian Schottenheimer's also going to be a head coach transition period here? Is there anything you
that phone
Shut
off. That screen went down.
That
I don't know
both
why.
Alabama and the Dallas Cowboys are two nationally recognized programs, two programs that have a lot of tradition, that have a lot of success in its past. And with the new staffs, like, there's a lot of opportunity.
My first career I did as my first career was like a tire tech. I did VIP tire, changed tires, did oil changes. Before that, I did fast food. I did restaurant from like 14 to 18, and then once I turned 18, I went to VIP tire. I was there for like 6-7 months, and then I transferred into roofing, commercial roofing, and from that point, I did commercial roofing for about 10 years. But at 18, I was, it's somewhere between 15 and 75. I mean, not 15, 50 and 75. It ranged. Each year ranged. It depended, because the jobs, sometimes I'd be out of town for tons of work, and I'd have government jobs if we were working on jails that had government pay that increased the pay by so much. I had schools that increased the pay because it's a government job, job site that you're on. So depending on the jobs that I did, like where we went, we did like Mall of America. We did some patches on Mall of America. We got good pay there. That was a lot of hours, though. A lot of hours. We were doing 65, 70 hour weeks. But yeah, I was making anywhere between the years of roofing and the year at 18. It was probably at 18, I was probably at close around the 50. Probably close around the 50. By the time I got to 21, I was probably around 75. And then I moved, and my pay dropped because I had to start over. And then I worked my way back up. But always trying to find ways to make more. That's all you can do. But yeah, I started working when I was 14, though. And And then before that, I would help out at a Portland Public Market as like a 12-year-old, just putting fish away. At the end of the day, get $5 and a cookie. That's all we did on the weekends. But that was at like 12. We'd ride our bikes up to the Portland Public Market, get a cookie, and get about $5 to $10 for the fish that they had out on display. We'd have to stack it all on the ice tray and roll it around back and put it back in the freezer for them. That's all it was. That was just helping them out. That was just us kids trying to do something, make money.
It's really for us to continue to grow and create new traditions and create new legacies. But we also have to acknowledge the past. So just being in similar situations both years, just understanding like, yeah, we came from something really good. We could get a whole lot better too.
Do you remember the other Tyler?
Making those strong impressions when in the NFL there's rules that in the offseason, a lot of training camp.
But Carnage, you don't know what his purpose is. Not everybody's purpose is the same. One plan for you might not be the plan for him.
Straight contact. You know, it's all about having a physical presence.
I can tell you when I was younger, I didn't think that I'd have kids. And then I had kids.
So just making sure you know everything that you're supposed to do in the playbook, having a mastery of the playbook, and also making sure that your technique is really good. And this is something I learned at the O-line masterminds that my coach Duke put on. He puts it on in Dallas, actually. So just listening to him and all the other NFL legends, they talk about how you have to take advantage of walkthroughs. And even though you're not able to make contact a lot, you have to take advantage of it. You have to make sure you're over-exaggerating your technique. So when the bullets are flying, you're ready to go.
So have you and the other Tylers started a group text for some time?
Not yet.
What's your initial impressions of the playbook? Without giving away strategy, I'm just curious about what you noticed so far.
I like it a lot.
You mentioned that you
short and sweet. I like it a lot.
And like Christy said, as far as CBA restrictions in the NFL, training camp, contact is limited. It's very, very structured. How can doing that?
No, Carnage. That's not the truth. Because it's only God that's supposed to judge. It's not our job to judge. The gatekeeper is the judge.
Just in your off time, kind of help shorten your learning curve.
And everybody's relationship ain't the same.
He's the best in the business, in my opinion. All the best train with him. So there's some commonality with that. So I was like, hey, I want to be the best one day. So I want to go train with Duke. And like I said, that was the whole purpose of training with him. Like, he knows what it's like to be great. He's made some of the good players great, and I want to be one of those guys. So training with Duke has definitely helped me for the better, and I'm very excited to go get some work with him whenever I have the availability. And then just having him so close, that's just another resource that I have out here. So that's another reason why Dallas was the perfect spot for me.
You mentioned going from good to great. Is there anything he's taught you so far that's maybe like surprised you, where you're like, oh, that's how you look at that, or that's how you approach that? Or is it just kind of more refinement with him at this point?
It's more refinement, and then just building your game. Like, everybody's game isn't going to be the same. So like, he just told me certain guys to watch, told me guys that I'm similar to, and I just try to add things from their game to my game, because like, there's only one Tyler Booker. There's only one of everybody in the NFL. You just have to make sure that you're being you, but taking some things from the guys who are great.
When was this your dream? When do you remember first dreaming of playing in the NFL? Pretty young.
Ever since I can remember. I can't give you a specific date, because like, ever since I've like been conscious as a person, like, I've always wanted to be in the NFL. Like, I've always wanted to be a professional football player. I've always wanted to win Super Bowl. So I've achieved one of those goals, and I'm looking forward to achieving that second goal a lot more.
He's gonna win some Super Bowls in Dallas. That's what that boy just said.
Yes, it has. And
whether messy or toxic, like it or not.
My team wants to be an asset to my team. Yeah, I'm in the NFL now, but like, what am I going to do in the NFL? That's what matters.
What do you want fans to call you? Nickname?
You can call me T-Book.
Still planning on getting Trina down here? Are you still working through that?
Yeah, so whenever I get my permanent residence, that's when Trina will come down. But I don't want to move her around a lot.
Do you have a podcast yet?
No, I'm just focused on playing football.
Did you tell your Christmas tree down there?
That's up to my parents. They're in Connecticut, so I think they will. Kalani got a present, so I'll make sure they get on that later today.
How do you do with all the names of your several rookie teammates?
Y'all know this ain't a damn religious channel. This ain't full religion.
Doing pretty well. So like something I realize, like whenever I meet you, like let's say your name. What's your name? Paul. Like, hey Paul, I'm Tyler. Nice to meet you, Paul. So I just say your name as many times as I can. So that's what I've been doing with some of the rookies. Like, I'm bad with names. I'm not gonna lie.
You got the last name.
Last name. Man, it'll come. Baby steps. Baby steps. All right. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
And there's Tyler Booker. All right, there was another boy. But I didn't get his interview. Try to get them all in here. All right, so I got Micah Parsons and Terrence Steele, those 10 days ago. And they're obviously not new. This boy here is new.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. This is the biggest brand in the world, biggest team in the world. So the fact that I ended up here, I think is just all part of God's plan. The fact that now I have this platform to, promote my story, promote stories similar to mine is just great. So that's exactly what I plan to do.
Ryan Schottenheimer brought you up promptly this morning at his press conference. Just what has the relationship been like with him, and what are your early impressions of him?
So when I was kind of agreeing to this deal, I was told, it's going to be a culture program.
I was gonna say some of these arguments in the chat are garbage.
And I'm kind of a sucker for that. When I was at Harvard,
they have horrible.
When I was at UVA, that's exactly why I went to both those places. Great culture, great programs. I knew the head guys wanted to, build that camaraderie within the locker room. And Coach Dub, Coach Wells, the tight end coach, he explained it was the exact same thing here. When I got on the phone with Coach Shoddy before I signed, it was the same thing here. So I mean that speaks volumes, and that's the reason why I'm here. Guys,
I don't even know who this guy is. Tyler Neville.
A lot of people talk about culture, but I guess in
everything is deliberate.
How did you kind of ascertain that they were a culture program?
Just when they brought us in, the stuff they had us do with the other guys here, just like little activities and team meetings and stuff like that, just to really get to know your teammates. I was paired up with Zion Childress in one of those activities, and I know a lot more about Zion than I did, 5 hours ago. And I know enough to say, I know that guy. And they brought up, people say, that's my boy, but you don't really know your boy. So they're trying to make sure we know our boys. So I know my boy Zion.
Schottenheimer brought up that exact kind of phrasing in a press conference. Is that something that maybe he kind of told you guys in the meeting?
Yeah, he nailed it home. He nailed it home pretty good. Yes, sir.
You had a chance to reflect and say, wow, I'm here. Considering what you do as a kid and all these other things.
Yeah, a little.
They're putting a big emphasis in this locker room on building relationships, getting to know and befriend the one beside you. Man, this is not a freaking religious channel, brother. This is a football channel. We don't do religion in this channel. You guys, stop all the damn religion talk. I'll turn the damn chat off.
A little bit. It's been tough. We don't get a lot of time right now. But when I walked out there today, so you see the helmets, you see everything. I mean, that field is engulfed in everything Dallas Cowboys. So that was kind of a surreal feeling. Can't wait to call my parents and kind of tell them about it. Absolutely. I think that's another mountaintop I think I've reached.
When you see those helmets, the one thing that's missing is the blue star. So what do you have to do as a rookie to earn your blue star?
It's a great question. Honestly, don't know yet. I assume make the team.
What do you have to do to make the team?
Okay. I just gotta, I gotta get better. I always said, kind of this process, I gotta get better at football. It sounds funny, but it's true. I think I'm an explosive athlete, and that's what's got me to this position. At Harvard, I was an explosive athlete. At UVA, I was. And I feel like when you get to the NFL, it gets out the nitty gritty. Everyone here is an explosive athlete. Everyone here is a great athlete in their own right. But I got to get down to the nitty gritty of my game, my footwork, how I'm breaking on certain routes, all that stuff. And that's why the NFL is the best of the best. So I get down to that, and I do exactly as I'm coached. I have no doubt in my mind.
What are some of the NFL tight ends that you've studied as far as their game and to try to kind of borrow some of their techniques to kind of help you improve, be a leader there?
Yeah, so I'm actually rep by the same agent as Kittle and Ferg, so naturally those two guys. And so I train with the same trainer as those guys. I've got
It ain't got shit to do with my channel.
to meet them. I haven't met Kittle yet, but I met Ferg, and we worked out together for a few weeks. So I mean, just emulating not just what they do on the field, but like how they approach everything. It's just next level. When you go make that jump from college to NFL, they're like walking in all cool with these duffel bags, the sweet shoes. Everything is just looks like it comes so easy, but they put in so much work. And I mean, their stretching routines, how they're warming up is so deliberate. So just picking anything I can out of those routines is going to be tremendous for me.
So you and Ferg were working out ahead of the draft?
Yeah, he was working out next to each other. I was doing pre-draft stuff. He was one of the cool vets, and I was like checking over, looking at his weight and seeing what he was doing and stuff like that. But no, he was a very personable guy, and I was glad to meet him.
What was the conversation that you guys had once you got the call and you made the decision to come to campus?
Yeah, he shot me a text that he was fired up to play with me, and that meant the world to me. I was very excited to hear that because I hold him in high regard. So yeah, he was fired up to play with me. He was going to help me out in any way that he could, both on and off the field. So I was excited for it.
How old were you when you regained your hearing?
4, so I can't say I remember much.
What do you remember? What did people tell you about what that was like with 20 surgeries and all that?
Well, so I'm the 4th of 6 kids. So at that point, when I regained, we all 6 of us were born. Calculate my brother's age. Yeah, we're good. So I mean, my father was military, and he was often deployed when I was younger, and so my mom had to really pick up some slack when he was gone. And she said that my older brother Trent would communicate for me, that he could somehow like understand what I was saying. And I mean, I couldn't speak. I would just whining and crying a lot. And so
Freedom of speech within the confines of the context of what we are making the video about. That ain't got nothing to do with the video. It's off context and off subject.
So it was kind of like a testament to the rest of my life. I was leaning on my brother at that time, and that's how it's been throughout every surgery since. That's where it gets tricky because my dad. So my dad got his master's at William Mary, and I was about 4. It was when I was about 4. I was born in Maryland, went to Maine, went to Virginia. He got his master's.
Boy, went to Maine.
Mary, and he's like, I'll be damned if I'm leaving here. So I lived in Williamsburg, Virginia for whatever the next 20 years. And he worked everywhere in Virginia, and community.
This is Tyler Neville. He must have been an undrafted free agent because I don't remember him getting drafted. Actually, I can pull up the draft list. I don't remember that name. That's the offensive line. No, yeah, he had to have been undrafted free agent. Cowboys undrafted free agents. 2025. No, I ain't trying no damn AI mode. But no, that's just one. There we go. That should pull it up. You're messy. That's crazy. Yeah, toxic. The speech needs to be about what the hell the video is about. Otherwise, I ain't gonna pay no damn attention to the chat. I'll just turn it off. If it ain't got nothing to do with the video, nothing to do with the context of the content. Like, I ain't got shit to do with football.
commuted an hour and a half, 2 hours for us, just to stay put, which isn't traditional in the military, but it's a sacrifice my father was willing to make.
You talked about your brother, just how much appreciation do you have for everything that your family, brothers, parents have kind of done to get you to this point?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm one of 6 kids. It's 6 kids in 8 years. So we're all super, super close. You couldn't find a tighter knit
6
family.
kids in 8 years. Mama
so
was
in times of
busy.
need, when they have times of need, when I have
Mama
times
was
of need,
busy.
you just lean on your family members. And I mean, it was great. I felt like I had more support than humanly possible. I mean, my family, my extended family, the people in the city of Williamsburg. I never felt alone. I never went to a chemo session alone. I usually never went to a chemo session with just one person. So the support was immense. You quite literally couldn't imagine it. My mom would always be there. My mom never missed one. My father made a lot. My grandfather, my siblings. But my mom never missed one. I think I was diagnosed at 15. Bless you. At 15 or 16. I finished, 16 about 8 months.
All right. What are you doing?
I need tissues. I can't breathe. I can't fall asleep. I can't breathe.
Well, the box of tissues should be on that table over there.
I can't even fall asleep because it's so bad. Anyways, you're still alive.
And we got this. This ain't the game.
Just take it all in,
Tommy.
Where your feet are at. Y'all rookie, so be a rookie, take it all in, learn everything, be on time and everything. And that's just the cowboy environment. Just a great player.
Tyler Neville. He's a tight end. That last guy was a tight end.
Sometimes I haven't been able to. What do you feel like you bring to the table in the run game?
Just taking up that A gap, taking on double teams, taking pride in that.
The tight end to watch out for, though, is I want to see. We still got Elijah Clark, Rivaldo Fairweather, which is in that tight end, Justin Barron, Josh Kelly. That's a wide receiver I need to see tape on. Mike Smith, Bruce Harmon. We just watched tight end Tyler Neville.
Dad, the fish watched food.
And Zion Childress and Trayshawn Holdy.
Also one of my one-on-ones when I get that one-on-one. So just being that big nose tackle and 3 tackle. So.
Defensive tackles don't always get the love on the stat sheet and stuff. How do you view success in terms of relationship with linebackers and you doing your job?
Just know doing your job makes when everybody does their job on the defense, we all win. So somebody will be awarded, but just know all in all, everybody wins when everybody does their job.
What do you want fans to know about you?
I'm a nice guy. I'm a beast on the field, but I'm a nice guy off the field. I get along with everybody and just.
I'm a beast on the field, he said. He's claiming it. I'm a beast. All right, I want to see where these other interviews are. Did they not get all of the undrafted free agents? If so, we are missing some. I did not mean to click that video up. There's a bunch of videos I could be doing reactions to, but
South Lee. South 20 News. What's the objective of the rookies this weekend?
A couple things. Great question.
this is a 23-minute video, so this one I'm probably going to do tomorrow on its own. I'll just do a live stream just reacting to this video by itself. Whether it's an hour, whether it's a 40-minute video, whatever. Because it's a 30-minute video almost in its own right. So I'm going to save that video for its own live stream. Just trying to get the players in. Just trying to get the players in. But I want to make sure we get all of them. So I don't know if some of them aren't ready yet, is what it seems like. Some of the videos, they didn't get completed. Because this is, no. Alright, well, I guess that's all of them. I guess that's all of them. She didn't get a wrench because of that. That's not why she got a wrench. But yeah. Yeah. And you say some crazy ass shit. But yeah, man, we about to hop off here. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay great. Peace.